This is Burner and the Learner. I'm Burner.
This is Learn the Birder. I'm Garrett,
And this is Devil.
and today we're talking about Call of Duty Zombies. Okay, so have you ever played Call of Duty Zombies?
I played a few iterations of it. I played the World at War OG version,
The first one?
the first one,
Oh
the
yeah,
one
that
map
threw.
level.
I remember when I beat the game, and then at the very end it just starts up, and I had no clue it
Yes,
was coming, and I was like, "Wow!" And this is awesome.
there are
That I remember
zombies
that.
in this game now. Yeah, that
I
was.
remember
It's like I was there for it.
that.
I feel you, brother. I feel you.
That one's great. That one holds a special place in my heart for being the original.
You got the M1 downstairs, the Olympia. You got the four windows. You know what I mean? Then you
Uh,
go upstairs. You got the
yep.
claymores.
You get
Boom,
that
boom, 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 boom,
sniper in
boom.
the dresser upstairs.
Yeah, you move the couch. You make a loop. You made a loop. It was the
Oh
first
yeah.
loop, the first Nazi loop.
Did
I
you
had a
ever
quarter for
play
every Nazi loop.
I'm pretty sure it was Call of Duty Black Ops, the one with the bus, the transit level. You know the one I'm talking about? With the monkeys? If you go like off in the shadows and the monkeys start jumping on your face.
No, my friend Mustang. We're gonna call him Mustang.
Oh, okay.
My boy Mustang. You know who you are. His ass had that, and we're playing the fuck out of that level. But I remember being lost. I played it a few times, but
Well, there's a part in that one where if you jump off the bus at a certain point, there's a cornfield, and there's like a path in the cornfield. You can run down it, and then you get to the level from World at War, and you can go in there, and it's the World at War level
you get in
in
there.
that level.
So you're like on the outside trying to get in.
It's modified a little bit. You can get on the inside from the outside, and there's like some holes in the walls and stuff, but it's the same level. It's crazy. It's so cool.
Is there weapons on the wall?
Yeah, there's like weapons. I don't remember if it was the same weapons. Probably not. Maybe though. I don't remember. Did you ever play Call of Duty World War II?
Nope.
That one has zombies on it, and that is probably my favorite one.
Is that the one with the Romans and the Colosseum and the tigers and stuff?
No, no, that's one of the Black Ops, I think.
Black Ops 9, the Revengeance.
Yeah, one of them. Stormtrooper, some.
They're releasing those games like Madden. Do you understand why I stopped? I'm like, I get it. I'm like,
Yeah, I quit playing them for a while, and then I saw World War II came out, and they're specifically advertising the zombies in it, and it looked great. And I got it just for the zombies, and it was great.
okay, but didn't it come
It's
with like one map and then you had to buy like a fat DLC for like another map and then you had to get the season pass for like the other maps? Like it was some weird
oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I
Activision
don't think there was a
scam.
season pass, but you had to buy the DLC. Yeah,
Well,
it's a whole
I think it should
racket. It
be.
is.
I think it should be part of the game. It should be a
Yeah.
secret ending to the game like it originally was before it became a horror.
Well, even World at War had DLC.
I'm gonna need you to fact check that.
Okay. We're going to be doing a lot of fact checking because I don't recall which maps are which. And
This ain't a debate where you're gonna be looking up the facts, okay? I'm not gonna just accept your word, Jack.
okay, fair enough. World at War, Call of Duty zombie maps.
What were we looking up again?
So this is the World at War, the first Nazi zombie one. Here's the maps: Nacht der Untoten, Night of the Undead; Verrucht, which means crazy; Shinonuma, which means Swamp of Death; Der Rise, which means the Giant. So there's four. Okay, well, hold up. Are they DLCs?
Oh my god. Google save this poor man. COD World at War DLC. It's that simple, brother.
I'm looking.
Oh no.
Yes. Yeah. It
Oh.
came with the first map. Then there was a DLC pack 1 that had the second zombie map. There's a DLC pack 2 that had the third zombie map, and a DLC pack 3 that had the fourth zombie map.
No, they did it to us. Oh.
Yep. Yep. That's what I thought. Because I remember I played World at War, and then
Mom,
my
I
friend
made
got the
$20.
DLCs. I never got the DLCs. My friend got the DLCs, and I was like, I only played it forever.
Your mom's so cool. She got the DLCs for you.
Okay,
No.
so let's start out with the timeline.
There's a
I skimmed
timeline.
I skimmed this already, and it is a nightmare of just when you look at a Picasso painting and it's just confusing and there's things everywhere.
Oh no. Yeah,
This is that.
no. Yeah. Yeah.
No, yes.
There's time travel in
Oh,
other
that's just the start. It gets wackier, but
there's
we're
like
gonna figure it out.
there's like ring girls and time travel and like fucking portals and just demons. Like it's basically Doom. Like all over again.
Doom is a linear Wizard of Oz story compared to this. Trust me, I've
Sorry.
skimmed this already, and we're gonna be figuring this. We're gonna be learning this as we go.
Well, somebody's going to be burning. It's in the
Okay.
contract, okay?
It's in the game.
Read the fine print.
So
Somebody
funny.
has to at all times.
All right. Okay, origin timeline in the beginning tells the classic story from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. It goes from the moment the universe was created to the moment when Maxis destroys the humanity. It includes Noctur Untoten, Verrucht, Shino Numa, Der Rise, Kino de Toten, 5 Ascension, Call of the Dead, Shangri-La, Moon, Nuketown Zombies, Green Run, Die, Rise, and Buried.
Kinder Toten.
Okay, so that's like a precursor to
All of them.
what we're about to just get slapped with in the face.
Those are all the maps. That's probably like $400 for the DLC right there.
That's not even all the maps. They didn't mention any of the World War II maps.
The maps that are free don't count. All right, there's no lore on the free maps.
You have
You
to
have
buy.
you have to buy lore. Lore ain't free. Lore doesn't pay the bills. Okay? Actually, lore pays the bills. Forget what I said just a second ago. Lore pays bills.
All right. In the beginning, there was only the Ether and the Keepers. Among them were two beings who were later to be known by many names. One would be known as Dr. Monty, and the other as the Shadow Man. Okay, so the lore at the very beginning has some sort of deity type people, or omnipotent type people, named Dr. Monty and Shadow Man.
Clearly, they're ascended celestials in some sort of realm beyond our comprehension.
It seems like. Although his name is Dr. Monty, that sounds like the least omnipotent name you could pick.
Like Dr. Manhattan, who is an omnipotent god.
Yeah, well, you got me there. Okay.
Boom!
Almost the same name.
Literally almost exactly the same name.
Literally exactly almost kind of the same name.
Completely normal in every respect.
All right. The first year that comes up is 5 AD. So 5 after death. Or no, Anno Domini. Okay, whatever. 5 AD. September 3rd. Knowing the planet has a gateway to Agartha, the Apothicons send meteors of element 115 to Earth. They believe humanity will one day use element 115 to wage war amongst themselves, opening a rift that will allow the Apothicons to escape the dark ether.
Bruh.
Okay, so we're just starting.
PNG, bruh.
We're started,
bro.
Like way out in Godzilla world.
No, dog, you don't know. Bro, you don't know element 115? You don't know the significance over it? Bro, that's the Area 51 element.
Wait, what?
Don't you dare.
Wait, it's something in real life?
This guy didn't watch the Bob Lazar Joe Rogan episode. Bro,
hold up.
Stone this man in the streets.
Wait a minute. So element 115 is a real thing?
Yeah, it's like the flying saucer element that they're like.
It sure is.
Bob Lazar, we're going to raid your house every 2 years for the rest of your life until we find it. And even
It,
if you don't have it here, we're just gonna keep kicking your fucking door in until we find it.
hmm.
He apparently took a
That's
small little bit and made it levitate over a field of some sort.
Wait, are you talking about Moscovium? Because I looked up
Um,
element 115 and Moscovium comes up.
yes, theoretical. It's not supposed to be found within the solar system.
No, it's on the actual periodic table, apparently.
Yeah, it wasn't invented back whenever he was talking about it, but they recently added it. You can name a bunch. Dude, add an electron and a proton. You name it right now. You can name anything. You know,
Hmm.
what's the next one? It's called a Green Lanternium or um Sandman Nanium. You know, or Gojira Kaiju Isium. You know, you can keep going down the line adding protons. You know.
This is
But
very
115
interesting.
is significant
The first
because
successful synthesis of Moscovium was by a joint team of Russian and American scientists in 2003. Okay,
in
but
Moscow, well,
I
that's
suppose
why they
so.
call it Moscovium.
Yeah. Um, but is this the element that Call of Duty's talking about?
You literally just said 115. So, uh,
Well, okay. But why would Call of Duty suddenly be talking about some random element called
because
Moscovium?
it doesn't it doesn't last long. It's a synthetic thing. Moscovium only like existed for like a fraction of a second before it decayed.
Well, what good is
But
that?
because it's not a natural source of it. Like you could slam atoms together, you know, or you can shoot electrons and protons at an atom, trying to build it up, but it won't keep its bond. But 115 is supposed to be from like another star system or something, and that's like where the aliens come in, or the other dimensions come in.
Hmm.
We haven't even gotten
Wait,
past
what are you
the
talking about? I'm
origin.
confused. What do you mean? Please expand on what you just keep confused me with right there.
Okay. Well, for anybody that doesn't want to listen to the ramblings of a madman, watch the Bob Lazar episode with Joe Rogan.
I, for one, have
Highly
not
recommend.
listened to the ramblings of a madman.
That is me. I'm the madman.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the episode of Joe Rogan.
Oh no, that guy has a piece of 115 from an actual UFO. He's
Really?
legit. Yeah,
Okay, well, hold up. If 115 was created in Moscow by Russian and American scientists, and how's there a UFO made of it?
it's it's like the gasoline or some shit, dude. It's like what bends gravity around it.
It bends gravity around it. What do you mean?
I don't. I'm not a physicist. All right, I'm not gonna pretend like I know uh what mixing 115 or spinning it or whatever the fuck is happening makes like force fields and shit. But
Huh. Moscovium?
supposedly, what you got? Save me.
Moscovium, I don't know. This is just what. Okay. Moscovium is an extremely radioactive element. Its most stable known isotope, Moscovium 290, has a half life of only 0.65 seconds. So it really is like,
They threw it in an atom smasher and made it for a fraction of a second before it split apart or decayed. But
that's mind blowing. Like, wow.
supposedly, because it was, I don't know, it was manufactured in a synthetic way. I guess somewhere out there, there's a star that can smash atoms together so perfectly that it creates this metal or alloy or uh, mercury like substance. I don't know what it is. It might just be like concentrated fucking gravity. I don't know what it does, but it's supposed to be what the UFOs use
It's a metal.
or an alloy or something.
No,
You
I
know, like
mean,
mercury.
no, an alloy is a combination of two metals. An
True,
element
true.
is
I
one
should know
single. Oh, I'm reading it right
that.
here. It's a
I'm
metal.
like, I took a class on this,
Yeah.
and I got a
Oh,
B.
nerd.
So my professor doesn't listen to this.
Well, I've done skim the whole wiki, and it seems to have no purposes.
All right, now Google Bob Lazar 115.
Bob Bizarre.
Bob space Lazar space 115.
Okay. Conspiracy theorist or whistleblower. Okay, the first picture is a big old spaceship floating out in space, and it Okay, so I skimmed Bob Lazar. Pretty much what you said is just what it's telling me. Is just he
He worked at
discovered
Area 51,
an unknown element known as Element 115.
and he called it unimpentium,
Oh
like
yeah.
unimpeded.
Okay. Okay. He
A fuel
claims that
source
these
of a propulsion system, a chemical perspective. There's like rumors that the Nazis made a fucking flying saucer, and their source was red mercury or something of the like. So
really.
yeah, and according to Bob Lazar, he's like, we had three different crafts. One that we were making, one that we had recovered from a crash, and one that we dug up. And Joe Rogan's like, dug up. He was like, yeah, like it's been there, like an ancient spacecraft, you know. And they're like, we can get this bitch off the ground, you know, like or like he didn't know all that shit, but like people were like talking about it.
Hmm. I've heard of that. There was like a something that was dug up and it was found by some teenagers, perfect condition, but it was like super old or something. Huh.
Just like an
Okay.
ancient vehicle. Like there's flying vehicles all throughout history, you know.
Yeah.
Ancient
Okay.
like chariots, like flying chariots and shit.
Hmm.
Vimanas.
That's something.
Okay.
So in Call of Duty, the lore is these apothecons sent meteors of this element 115 to Earth. And they think that we're going to use element 115 to wage wars against ourselves, which will then allow a rift to open for the apothecons to escape the dark ether. And that's the plan.
So the apothecons are in another dimension, and they need to rip a hole in the dimensions using element 115 to get into our realm to do what?
I don't know.
I
So,
vaguely remember seeing the last zombies being like a straight like Cthulhu map. Like
yes, I played that one. I'm pretty sure it was Black Ops 3.
four,
Ooh, is it 4, 3, 2?
like it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
I
11.
don't know, but I remember there were like tentacle monsters.
Oh, they were fucking Cthulhu monsters. They had like tentacle mouths and like there was tentacle mouth dogs and
Yes, I remember that. And they were like little flying things.
yes, flying things.
Okay, so the
And of
year
course, it was a French
1292.
city.
Wait, what?
It was like a French city or something.
Yeah, it was like a noir type situation.
Yeah, New Orleans.
So the year 1292 rolls around. The Great War between humanity and the Apothecons begins. Hmm.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, the year 1294 rolls around. Sir Pablo Marinus is saved from the clutches of Amargua by four unknown heroes. They would be later known as Primus. So, what exactly is Amargua?
A tiny furry creature.
Don't get it wet.
Yeah,
Nope, it's from Black Ops 3. It's that three-headed tentacle monster with three heads, if you recall.
with tentacles too.
Yeah, he's got
No,
tentacles,
I
he's
don't
got three
remember.
heads that are only mouths. There's no eyes. And it's just a monster that appears on the map and you gotta like do something. You gotta kill each head in. I remember that.
I didn't play that. I was poor.
Uh
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't play that one. I don't think, unless it was the one with the tank that you get on the back of the tank.
mm, I don't know. I pretty
Like
much
the,
only played zombies. I don't even think I played the storyline, like the
well, then
campaign
you
mode.
should be familiar with the zombie map where you get on the back of the tank.
Oh, the tank. No, I don't recall that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the year 1299 rolls around. Together with the Keepers, Primus defeats the Apothecons, bringing the Great War to an end. Okay. I feel like these may be Black Ops 1, 2, and 3. Hmm.
But clearly not in that order because they tried to confuse people for years.
Yeah. Okay, the year 1300 rolls around. Before they seemingly disappear from history, Primus instructs the Wolf King to begin building Der Estraci. Estraci. Okay.
It's at the underground city.
So who's the Wolf King?
Right? Am I right? Who the fuck is the Wolf King? Has there ever been a Wolf King?
Let's find out.
Oh my god, the Nazi dogs. Of course, there has to be a wolf king. Silly me.
Hmm.
On round 5, dogs come out. That means there has to be a ruler of the wolves.
Oh yeah, the Hellhounds or whatever.
There obviously has to be somebody in charge of them. Who's in charge here?
Oh man. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, then 1318, 18 years later, honoring the Wolf King's dying request, his loyal servant Arthur scatters and buries his bones in the grounds of Der Esterachi, accompanied by the King's Wolf. So you got the Wolf King, you got the King's Wolf, you got everybody's there. So
What happened to the Celestials? Who are these people? Who are these people?
I don't know.
Do we ever get to see any of these things? Where is this lore coming from? Is it all implied? Are these voiceovers?
um okay, so this is in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, 1300, January 1st, before they seemingly disappear from history. Primus instructs the Wolf King to begin building Der Eisendrock. Okay. So Der Eisendrock, which map is that?
Let's say can't admit properly that I've seen that map.
Oh no, I couldn't tell you the name. I'm pretty much gonna look every single one up, figure out which game it was from. Black Ops 2. Oh, Black Ops 3, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, if you had a what is it called? A power armor. I didn't play that game.
Power armor.
The wall running stealing
Oh.
Titanfall's gameplay.
Yeah, I didn't like the wall running thing.
Like it's a good concept. I like parkour, but dog, you're trying too hard to be Titanfall.
The problem with it for me was it made the game too hard. It's already bad enough just having like shoot people when they're running. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, and they're running a wall. It's kind of like shooting skeet. Like they're kind of stuck in the air.
Yeah. The only way I can play the game is I get a shotgun and I stay indoors, close quarters, and I stay crouched and I wait for someone to run in front of me. That's how I play.
Camper. Got it.
I'm probably the worst. Okay, so 1318, September 20th. Temporal Rift teleport Arthur to Resolution 1295 in 2025, Angola. Okay, so that's completely new.
Did we find out what map the last experience was?
Yeah, the Wolf King. It was Der Eisendrock, I guess it's how it's pronounced, and it's in Black Ops 3. And they like jump and run the wall, so I never played that one. Or I might have played it a little bit and then didn't like it or something.
One of them wall jumping games. I see.
Yeah. And so in the same year, 1318, a temporal rift teleports Arthur. Okay, I don't know who Arthur is. Resolution 1295. What is that?
Is it the mine shaft one?
The map is buried, and it's in Call of Duty 2, 3, and 4. Black Ops 2, 3, and 4.
This is one of the very few maps that I play with my boy Mustang.
Really? Okay. Buried, huh? Oh, yeah, it's like that little house, right?
It's like a western town underground.
Yes, I have played this one too. Okay.
And there's like a saloon with a bunch of shit going on inside.
Yeah, I've played it too. And then there's like a big hillbilly dude or something that like comes after you.
Something happens. Something's going on.
Yeah, okay. Leroy is the hillbilly dude. That's right. I see it right here. Okay. Next up. Oh, suddenly it jumps to 1908. A meteor containing element 115 crashes near the stony Tunguska River. Okay.
Tunguska, that's the Russian place with a giant fucking meteor that crashed there.
Okay, so 1925, Dr. Edward Richtofen joins the Illuminati. So that's kind of like, what? Illuminati stuff. I didn't even realize that was in here.
Illuminati. Now we're doing fake stuff.
Oh, really?
Now we're getting into the fake stuff.
Now this is too crazy now.
Yeah, the Element 115 and Tunguska, all real
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, World War II.
Figment of our imagination. Tunguska is a place where like some meteor hit in like the Russian tundra.
Like in real life?
Yeah, they like flattened like hundreds of kilometers worth of trees.
Oh yeah, Tunguska event, June 30th, 1908. There was a massive explosion that occurred near the Tunguska River in Russia. Huh.
Is an airburst. It didn't even hit the ground.
Cause, probable airburst of small asteroid or comet.
Damn
Wow,
dog, I know
that's
my
really cool.
facts.
Yeah, look, you knew that it wasn't even a meteor, it was just the air from it. Wow.
Oh, it exploded in the atmosphere. That's why. That's what an airburst is.
Oh,
So
dude, things like that always happen to Russia. Like, what's going on over there?
it's just a lot of shit, bro. There's a lot of shit out there. They got a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, it is a big place, so I guess chances of it hitting is, you know, more
Yeah, and they got like
likely
a
than here.
they got a high like what is it? Automobile scam racket thing going on. So that's why
Oh,
like
I know that with the dash cams.
yeah, that's why you end up seeing everybody and their mama like, yeah, I recorded it. I recorded it too. Like, I don't have a
So there's a
problem with
lot
that.
of footage.
Whole lot of
That
footage in
makes
Russia.
sense.
They're like, somebody ripped me out of my car and killed my family. Like bullshit.
Here it is in 1080.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's uploaded to the cloud.
That's very interesting.
Yeah,
Okay, so that event was a real life event. Okay. And then
they're pulling from historical facts here.
yeah, 1908, and it happened in, 1908, June 30th. That's cool. I didn't know
So are
that.
they
Okay.
confirming Bob Lazar as fact? He's not just a
Okay.
mythical creature.
Bob Lazar. Oh, man. I need to check that out.
Yeah, you should check out that JRE episode, my dude.
Okay.
Worth it.
All right, so 1925, a couple of years later, Dr. Edward Richtofen joins the Illuminati. So I looked up Edward Richtofen, and he's in every single Call of Duty game. He's in World at War, Black Ops.
So this is the guy that you get like clips of or like recordings of. Like I shouldn't have done this. So
Yeah, I guess so. He's like the German guy. He's in Black Ops 1, 2, 3, 4. He's in the mobile games. Like, this guy is important, apparently.
question was he in World War?
Yeah, he was in the first one, World at War.
Wasn't he the playable character in World War?
Um, I don't know.
No.
But there's a ton of stuff on this guy.
Yeah, he's the bastard that did it all.
No, he's the antagonist in World at War, so I don't think you play as him. Okay, so I'm sure he'll be popping up again. So his name was Richtofen. Okay, 1931, large deposits of element 115 are discovered near Breslin, Germany. Dr. Ludwig Maxis, a German scientist, is sent. So Dr. Maxis is introduced now. He's important.
That's our dude, Maxis.
I think he's a bad guy.
He
Maybe
invented
not.
The Sims.
So same year, May 10th, a couple months later, Maxis forms Group 935, which is an international organization dedicated to the study of element 115. Maxis tells his scientists they represent the future of tech. They represent the future of technological advancements and will be pioneers of human discovery. The group swears to work in secrecy from their respective governments, as Maxis says we cannot afford to let this power fall into the wrong hands. Oh, I'm going to look up Maxis right now. Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
Did you not hear that speech? The advancement of technology. Dude, that is clearly an evil speech if I've ever heard it.
But then he said at the end, we cannot afford to let this power fall into the wrong hands.
Yeah, like the Americans.
Oh, you are on the ball.
We can't
That is
have
correct.
the dirty Americans running the
Capitalist.
Nazi zombie program. Like, okay, yeah, Dad, you're extra bad. You're an extra shitty guy.
All right. Yep, you are correct there. Okay, so 1934, which is 3 years after Group 935 was created, Samantha Maxis is born, which is the daughter of Maxis. Her mother dies in childbirth. Okay,
Rip.
sad. 1936, 2 years later, Maxis invites Richtofen to join Group 935. He agrees, secretly acting on behalf of the Illuminati's interests. Okay, so now Group 935 and the Illuminati are together. Maxis and Richtofen are friends now. And Richtofen was the German scientist, from a couple years back.
Yeah, the ultra bad guy.
Yes. Okay. 1937, 1 year later, the Imperial Japanese Army discovers element 115 meteor fragment in a swamp within Japanese territory. They build the Rising Sun facility, which is Shinonuma, to continue research. Division 9 is created to oversee its operation. Okay, so Shinonuma, that's from World at War, isn't it?
If it was a DLC,
Because I
probably
remember that name. Yep, it is DLC for World at War. And I remember that one. Yep. So Shinonuma is a map in World at War, and so now we're talking about that. So the Japanese meteor of 115 landed in Shinonuma, and the Japanese built this camp around it. Okay, so that makes sense.
a concentration camp.
You know what? No, it's the Rising Sun facility. So that's fun sounding.
Not a concentration camp. Oh, I see.
Here's what I'm confused about: is where are the zombies coming from? Like, does this element 115 just cause zombies, or what's going on?
I think that's the ultimate mystery that they'll never solve.
Does it just start making zombies? Like,
Well, if we're going to go off of the real life lore, Element 115 is a fuel source for some sort of machinery that is either creating portals that are making demons show up, or it's going to be a portal for that ring girl on the moon. And she's the reason why there's zombies because she's somebody's daughter or some bullshit. If you want me to skip right to the end.
1937, the United States government discovers deposits of element 115 at Groom Lake. Okay.
This is Area 51, where Bob Lazar found 115 tape, brother. Nah, bro.
Wait,
They're all
Groom Lake is in
conspiracy
Area. Oh,
Area
yep, it's a
51
dry
is
lake in
Groom Lake.
Nevada.
It's one and the same. It's the exact same area.
Wait, Groom Lake is
Area 51.
Oh yeah, so they totally just jacked this out of real life.
Yeah, all the real facts of reality, like
so that
aliens.
Yeah, in World War II.
And Nazis and zombies.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Okay, 1939, 2 years later, Maxis and Richtofen begin teleportation experiments with the matter transference prototype.
Teleporters.
To mild success. Teleporters are involved. Okay. We already knew that because I remember that from a couple of the zombie maps.
Yeah.
The subjects are teleported, but their chemical composition is altered, leaving them catatonic
of course.
and changed.
Of course, it was the teleporters that turned.
Okay, so they created some. Yeah, they created some monsters or some of the teleporters.
Catatonic. That means they're brain dead.
No, that means it turned them into cat people. All right, 1939, August 5th. Using element 115, Maxis and Richtofen resurrect one of the teleported corpses for the first time. Initially, it obeys, but soon becomes rabid and attacks them. The test subject is euthanized.
What do they use?
They use... 115? Yeah, element 115.
And something else?
No, they just use element 115 to resurrect one of the teleported corpses. It wasn't really working out.
Yeah.
Well, one of the corpses, they brought it back to life using 115.
I thought they were already zombies.
Yeah, I was just thinking that because, like in Shinonuma, there's zombies. Well, okay, so I guess element 115 just makes zombies naturally. So this is the first time they use it in a lab to make a zombie.
Well, maybe they're like sending zombies back through time or some shit.
Maybe. So far, time travel has not been introduced.
Well, you wait.
But maybe.
Just you wait.
I'm sure it's coming.
It's coming.
September 3rd, 1 month later, Richtofen begins development of the Wunderwaffe DG-2 using element 115. Wunderwaffe. That's the gun, right? Wonder.
That's the
Waff.
lightning gun, for sure.
That's the chain lightning gun.
Unless that's like the thunder cannon or some shit. I forget.
Oh yeah, it's that cool gun, the one you want. Okay, 1 month after that, September 3rd, 1939, Richtofen begins development of the Wunderwaffe. Okay, 1 month after that, November 23rd, Maxis turns to Riksdag for additional funding. Okay, so it's a new person giving him funding. Germany agrees to the request, expressing interest in their weapons research, teleportation technology, and the reanimated undead subjects. So Germany's like, what you got there? You got a bunch of zombies? That's kind of cool. Here's a bunch of money.
Who? Germany?
Yeah, Germany is now funding Maxis because they're interested in the weapons, teleportation, and the zombies. A month after that, during test trial 131, Richtofen and Dr. Schuster successfully teleport a walnut. This is the first successful test where chemical composition of the object is maintained throughout the process. Okay, so cool. So 1939, December, they finally actually make good teleportation technology.
Without turning into a zombie walnut.
Yeah, it's just a regular walnut.
Chemically stable zombie walnut. Gotcha.
Yes. December, the next day. Okay.
The next
Edward.
day. You usually don't get that, but all right.
Yeah, we had like a couple 100-year jump, and now we got 1 day jump. Edward's walnut delivery fails to impress Maxis, who declares it a waste of time. He reveals to Richtofen that Group 935 will soon be funded by Germany. Richtofen worries that this will lead to massive defections. He and Schuster decide to continue their teleportation experiments behind Maxis's back.
All right, I'm sensing some dog on soon. Like,
ooh, it's coming.
They should have done a fucking German Shepherd to start off with and kept that funding rolling.
What?
Walnuts.
You don't start out. Come on.
Start out with
you
the
start
German.
off with.
Bro, you want to teleport German Shepherds, right?
Well, that's why I'm not a scientist. I would definitely start off with pieces of wood, and then one day go to lab rats.
Not with funding from the Nazis, you won't. They're paying you in gold fillings.
Oh no.
I know it's nasty, but that's the truth. That's really where most of their money's coming from.
Oh boy. Okay. So, well, at this point, Maxis and Richtofen split up. They kind of split interests. Okay. So the next month, 1940, January, Richtofen and Schuster conduct their first human teleportation test. Richtofen is so confident in its success, he volunteers himself. Teleport to the moon, he encounters the MPD, the ether pyramid hidden by the Apothocs. The ether pyramid hidden by the Apothicons. While inspecting the device, Richtofen is electrocuted and begins hearing many voices of corruption, including that of the Shadow Man. The device then teleports him to Shangri-La, corrupted by the dark ether. Richtofen is gradually being driven insane by an obsession to find Agartha. Okay, so a lot happens right here, January 1940. So Richtofen, which is the guy that is interested in teleportation, gets teleportation down. He teleports himself to the moon. And on the moon, he encounters the MPD. What is that exactly?
Mother Pyramid device.
Mother Pyramid device?
I don't know, dude. I'm just fucking guessing.
Man, that sounded legitimate.
Yeah, I was like the mother box from all those great movies.
MPD, Moon Pyramid Device. Wow, you were close.
Fuck!
Okay, or Ether Pyramid is a pyramid-shaped device created by the corrupted keepers. Okay.
Or the old ones.
Which are the Apothicons. Okay. So basically, he comes into contact with this pyramid. And then it makes him crazy because the Apothicons are like trying to get him to find Agartha, and Agartha is where the Apothicons are from. So I guess this is like their plan is they put this on there, very 2001 Space Odyssey, like put it on the moon, person gets to it, then boom, it like plants a seed in the person's brain to try to connect Agartha to our world.
Oh shit, you're right. It is like 2001 Space Odyssey. It's like there's a
They
Star
put
Trek
a
episode about this where they like instead of like traveling the universe, this one alien species like sends something out that like promotes people to find them, like bringing the alien life to them rather than searching for it.
oh, so yeah, it's just like this. Okay.
Exactly like this, except Star Trek did it first.
Did they? Which one came out first?
Boy, Star
No,
Trek's
it's
from the
obvious.
80s, bro. Like,
Okay, cool. So the next day, 1940, Richtofen is worshipped by the natives of Shangri-La. An altar is built in his name. Richtofen encounters the focusing stone for the first time. Okay, so Shangri-La, what exactly is that?
that's the Indian heaven, Nirvana.
Oh, okay.
So this is like going back to them ancient aliens. Like Shangri-La is a physical place that ancient people got teleported to or moved to, and that's the reason why they know about it. So,
Okay.
real stuff, more real, concrete facts here.
Wait a minute. You're talking about real life? Okay, I thought
Well,
you were
it's
talking
like
about Call of Duty.
shit, dog. Chariots of the Gods is a real thing. Right?
Shangri-La is a fictional place described in the 1933 novel Lost Horizon by British author James Hilton. Wait a minute. Is that right?
Oh, well, maybe I am just assuming lore. I'm allowed to be wrong every once in a while.
Yeah, but now I'm just interested. Hold on. I'm reading about it.
So Shangri-La was invented by a Brit. Great. I guess Nirvana is the heaven that I was referring to.
Hmm. In ancient Tibetan scriptures, the existence of 7 such places are mentioned. Shangri-La is often used in context similar to the Garden of Eden to represent a paradise hidden from modern man. Okay.
It's heaven.
So I guess I don't fully understand what Shangri-La is in real life
But like,
still.
I don't know.
Okay. I get it now. It is a word that was just created somewhat recently,
Yeah,
but it's now a legitimate
paradise.
word that means what you
Worshipped
said,
by.
like Garden of Eden and all that stuff. Okay. Cool. Okay, that makes sense. January 23rd, the year is 1940, same year. After near month absence, Richtofen returns to Schuster with a plan to build Griffin Station. Okay. Next day, Richtofen renounces his involvement with the Illuminati. When asked how he
The
could
teddy
abandon his
bear.
obligation to the order, he says, Teddy was a liar.
Teddy bear was a liar.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't
What?
know. We'll find out. There's a teddy bear in Call of Duty. That means that it's very
I'm
significant.
confused. So Teddy was a liar. That's an interesting thing. So now Richtofen's no longer working with the Illuminati. March 13th, a couple months later, construction of Griffin Station on the moon begins. Frustrated with Maxis's involvement with Germany, other disgruntled Group 935 scientists join the cause. Okay, so now Richtofen is creating Griffin Station on the moon. Some of Maxis's people are switching sides over to Richtofen's. Month goes by. Maxis instructs his assistant, Sophia, to write a letter to the Riksdag High Command requesting additional funds.
Yeah.
Though Reichstag High Command requesting additional funds, though he reports that mass production will soon be underway shortly. Der Rise lacks not only the funding, but sufficient volumes of Element 115.
Der Rise.
Okay, so Maxis's operation is going downhill.
Is it a rocket ship or something?
That is a map. Der Rise it's in Call of Duty World at War. Oh, I remember this one. It's like
Where Robot. Lots of robot.
Yeah, the one with the giant iron giant robot.
No, you were the robot.
Wait, what?
You the robot.
Um,
One with a. You start off in the
Der
bunker,
Rise.
and then you go into like a church, and there's a bunch of like there's like a no man's land with like treads and shit, and like a tank occasionally rolls through that you have to like activate. And there's a giant robot that you can get stepped on.
August 1st. The year is 1940. In response to Max's request, Germany creates 2 new facilities for Group 935. They are the Kino facility, a repurposed theater, and the asylum facility at the Wattenu Sanatorium in Berlin.
So Kino is Kindertoten.
Oh, Kindertoten, look at that. Okay.
And you said what facility in New York?
The Wattenu Sanatorium in Berlin.
Yes. Those are vastly different games.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Insane Asylum is like a prison, and there's like you play as Al Capone or some crap.
I never played that one.
Well, there's the maps where you play as like the presidents and like who's the Cuban guy?
Fidel Castro.
Castro. There you
Oh, yeah. I recall that, but I did not play that one.
go. Well, there's a prison one, which I think is the Insane Asylum.
Okay, so later that month, as per Germany's request, the Japanese Imperial Army hands over the Rising Sun facility to Group 935. And okay, cool. 1 month later, Group 935 establishes a research facility in Siberia near the Tunguska River. Okay. Next month, Group 935 establishes a facility at Der Eisendrache. Okay. 1941, which is 1 year later, Nikolai Belinsky's wife is killed during the German advance into the Soviet Union. In an effort to numb the pain, Nikolai increasingly turns to vodka. Nikolai is the greatest man alive in the Ultimus timeline. Wait, what? Oh, he must be a playable character.
Nikolai? Was it Tesla?
No.
Well, there's all those like Tesla cannons, so.
Yep. Okay, 1942, 1 year later, after Nikolai Belinsky's wife was killed, which he's just a playable character, so, you know. Okay, so 1942, a year later, January, Maxis gives Fluffy to Samantha. The dog is expecting a litter. Okay, I think this is the Hellhound. A couple days later, January 20th, Maxis tests the first file for storage on the data servant. Don't know what that means. A couple days later, January 26th, on the data servant, Maxis catalogs locations with prominent element 115 deposits. He includes information about its various application and cites that the reanimation of dead cells is a possible side effect. I don't really understand what reanimation. Okay, a couple days later, January 30th. Zombie stuff, yeah. A couple days later, Richthofen completes the Wunderwaffe DG2 prototype. Okay, so he's still messing around with the gun. A couple days later, the year is 1942, February 1st, with Griffin Station completed, which is the moon base. Richthofen names Dr. Groff lead scientist and returns to Earth to continue the charade with Maxis. Working alongside Schuster, Groff is left to discover how to power the MPD. Okay, so there's a new guy named Groff who was left on the moon, and he's getting the MPD working, and Richthofen returns back to Earth to mess around with Maxis a little more. Next day, in a speech to his staff, Groff talks optimistically about Griffin Station's establishment as a permanent base of operations.
Okay.
Okay, so Groff turns Griffin Station into a permanent base. Okay, we kind of thought it was the only base on the moon, but
Oh, you'll be surprised, sir. And I forgot. There's a strong conspiracy theory that Nazis have a moon base on the dark side of the moon. And that's where they've been the whole time.
wait, like in real life?
No shit, yeah. It's either they're in Antarctica, Venezuela, or the moon.
Wow. Wait, so there's a group of Nazis hiding out
Well,
on the moon?
it's a theory. But like I was telling you, like the Nazis made a flying saucer machine with red mercury and all this bullshit.
Oh
They
yeah.
took that to the moon, where they built the base on the dark side of the moon
Huh.
or Antarctica.
Oh yeah, and it ties in. It ties into the Nazi
Yeah,
UFO thing. Huh. Okay, that's pretty interesting. 1 month later, Maxis develops the ray gun prototype at the Rising Sun facility. H. Porter works on developing the second generation model. So we got Rick Tofen, who creates the Wonderwolf, and then Maxis creates the ray gun. Next month, as a result in temporal rifts in 1963 Kino, Monty reaches across time and offers little nudges. Here we go with time travel. So we're in 1942. We're June 13th. As a result of temporal rifts in 1963 Kino, Monty reaches across time and offers little nudges. So we're introducing time travel now. One nudge is developing Group 935's Element 115 fused elixirs. They created 4 medicinal beverages known colloquially as Juggernog, Quick Revive, Speed Cola, and Double Tap.
there we go.
Okay, so the Nuka Colas, or wait, what are they called?
Pack a punch or no? What the fuck?
They're called
Uh,
Speed.
elixirs.
Okay, yeah, elixirs. Okay, I thought they might have like a name, but I was thinking of Fallout.
Yeah,
Okay, so
there's some kind of elixir.
Monty reaches across time and helps them create these things. Okay, I wonder why. A couple days later, Group 935 continues development of a weapons upgrade machine. Oh, that's Pack-a-Punch. Okay, so a couple days later,
That's the one.
Groff and
That's the one that
Schuster.
I know.
There you go, Pack-a-Punch. A couple days later, Groff and Schuster unwittingly discover how to charge the MPD, the Pyramid on the Moon. When Schuster kills a rat near the device, its death inexplicably begins filling the tank, charging the device. They report their findings to Rick Tofen. Okay, so this is where it's like you kill the zombies near an item or near a thing and it charges it. That's when this comes about.
Element 115 is a fuel source.
A couple days later, Rick Tofen begins sending soldiers and scientists to the moon to be sacrificed. Their souls used to charge the MPD. Okay, so Rick Tofen is a straight up bad guy now. He's crazy because of the thing that made him see the tentacle monster things, right?
Yeah.
A couple months later, Takeo Masaki is dispatched by the Emperor to oversee the work of Group 935 and Division 9 at the Rising Sun facility. Okay, so Takeo Masaki comes about. About a month later, Rick Tofen shares the Element 115 based elixir recipes with Griffin Station. They develop Mule Kick. Okay, yeah, I remember Mule Kick. Okay, so Griffin Station is the station on the moon. Okay. The next day, Nikolai's brother is killed in the Battle of Stalingrad. Okay.
That's the end of the World War.
Cool. 1942.
Wait. That's the halfway point. Sorry.
Okay. 1942, December 9th. Okay, December 14th, Rick Tofen creates the monkey bomb. Okay, a couple days later, in a personal log, Maxis expressed concern over Element 115's impact on Richthofen's behavior. Rightfully so, I'd say, because Richtofen is a straight-up madman now. No longer trusting him, he wondered if it was a mistake to invite him to Group 935. Probably not, because it was a random chance that caused Richtofen to become crazy. And anybody, given the same circumstances as Richtofen, which was stumbling upon the pyramid, would have had the same result.
You believe that?
Well, I mean, if Maxis had teleported himself up to the moon, come in contact with the thing, saw the ether, he would have been crazy too.
Actually, yeah, I guess you're right.
So ultimately, it is not like anybody's fault because it was a random chance thing that December 20th, accompanied by Sophia, which is Maxis's daughter. Maxis is transferred to the Kino facility to focus on creating Germany's undead army. Samantha is left in Richtofen's care. Oh my god, what? Okay, so Germany's raising
The daughter?
Germany's raising an undead army. Okay, that's fine. But Maxis is going to leave his daughter with Richtofen? Now that's crazy.
Yeah. This is where this starts to get insane. Because I'm pretty sure she becomes like an avatar of like the old ones.
Oh, Samantha?
At some point.
Max's daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one where you were talking about the crazy little girl ghost or something that I never.
Yeah, you're like, girl
Yeah,
ghost.
I never played that one.
This is the moon. I'll let you figure it out. You're about to say it anyway.
Okay, 1943. So next year, January 8th. Maxis worries he and Sophia have grown too close. He considers to fire her. Okay. January 16th, Nikolai is captured by German forces during the Battle of Stalingrad. He becomes a subject in Group 935's experiments. Okay, so this is where Nikolai starts weaving into the actual story. January 27th, Maxis reports success with subject 2-6, whose violent outbursts have been greatly reduced. Maxis believes this method of treatment will be 100% effective in most cases. That's exactly like what we always say. 100% of the time, almost all the time.
30% of the time, every time.
February 2nd, the Battle of Stalingrad ends. February 10th, Maxis reports the treatment has been perfected. He believes if subject 2-6 can retain the impressions longer than 26 hours, then the delivery of the zombie army can be accelerated. Okay, so he's still trying to create the zombie army. A couple days later, after attacking a handler, subject 2-6 is killed and deemed another setback. Okay, then why even bring him up? That's weird.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's subject 2-6?
I don't know. I thought it was going to be something important. I'm looking him up.
He might be one of these round 15 big boys. One of them big boys.
I don't know. Subject 2-6 is just some zombie, apparently. There's not really a thing that I could see that makes him special. Okay, May 18th, 1 month later. Harvey Yena begins his work with Group 935. Okay, that's a new character. 1 month later, June 4th, Primus arrives from Dimension 63, in an effort to prevent the events that are about to unfold. They formulate a plan to stop this dimension's Richtofen. What? Okay. Primus arrives from Dimension 63. What is that?
Dimension 63. Clearly.
Yeah, but like what?
The good dimension that tries to help us.
Huh. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
So Primus comes from Dimension 63, tries to prevent Richtofen from doing his thing. Okay. A couple days later, Richtofen is contacted by the House of Maxis, who warns that the test subjects must never be allowed to be awakened. The havoc that can be wreaked upon the future by which simple-minded individuals would be catastrophic. Okay, so Maxis is like, hold up, bro. I know I'm creating a zombie army here, but what you're doing is not okay. So that's super hypocritical and confusing.
Oh man, he's trying. He's trying his best.
2 days later, Takio reports to the Emperor for the work being done at the Rising Sun facility is unacceptable. Okay, so they must be doing like inhumane type things.
What? Nazis?
Who would have thunk? Okay, a month later, July 19th, Primus Richtofen is teleported to the house in Agartha, reuniting him with Maxis. Primus Richtofen. Okay, who is Primus Richtofen?
Original Richtofen? Richtofen Prime?
Is it Tofen Prime?
I can only assume by the dude's name.
Okay, but this is where I'm confused. So Primus Richtofen is teleported to the house in Agartha, reuniting him with Maxis. So what is Maxis doing in Agartha already?
Agartha.
Oh. The house is in the other dimension. Okay.
Oh, yes. The other dimension, the house. We had to find the things.
Yep. House, zombie. Okay. So that makes sense, I guess. So the house is in the other dimension. And just earlier, they were warning, they were trying to like prevent Richtofen from doing his thing. And so they're contacting him saying, hey, don't do that. Okay, next day, on the orders of the Emperor, Takedo is taken prisoner by Group 935. He is used as a test subject for experiments. Okay. So 1944, after the setbacks with Subject 26, Maxis reports a new success with the undead army. However, he maintains his belief that the undead cannot be controlled or maintained. Okay. Pablo Marinus, a Mexican spy, is then captured by Group 935 at Der Eisendrach.
What the fuck? You telling me they got all this information off a poster?
A large amount of it. Like look up zombies timeline, Call of Duty, and go to images and you'll see like a weird spiral looking thing. And if you zoom way in, it has everything written in it, like super tiny. Okay, we're actually at a good stopping point. So let's end this episode.
All
right, so this is the beginning of 1945, and we're going to end this episode right here. So this is Learn the Burner. I'm Garrett.
And this is Garrett. Neville.
And we'll see you later. Bye.